All right, joining me now is criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Peter Frankel. Peter, thanks for being here with us. I want to get your take on the sentence here. Your thoughts?
Thanks, Brooke. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. So these are some of the most difficult cases that we come across in the criminal justice system. I mean, you have a 17-year-old who uses horrific judgment and ends in, obviously, a tragedy here. I think what's interesting is that the defense attorney decided to go with a non-jury trial for some reason. I'd love to understand what the thinking was behind that. But essentially, the only benefit that he potentially got from it was saving some time in the trying of this case. The judge found her guilty of the counts of murder and has now put her in a situation where the minimum that she can sentence Ms. Shirilla to is 15 years to life, and that's what she's going to get. The only question is she going to get those sentences concurrently, meaning running together for the two deaths, or consecutively, one on top of the other? And my guess is she's going to get them concurrently.
Yeah, definitely a gamble on the part of the defense there. The father of Shirilla's boyfriend, though, who was killed in the crash, says he doesn't want her to get a life sentence. How much of that do you think the judge will take into consideration when making the sentencing?
So that sort of thing can be a very significant factor in a judge's decision with respect to what sentence to give. There's going to be a very comprehensive pre-sentencing report that's submitted by the defense that's going to go into her background, her age. You know, we know that the adult brain is not fully formed until at least 25 years old. Her family background, her school, her time in jail, what she's done, if she's been productive, whether she's expressed remorse, and also, very importantly, the feelings of the victim's family. So if the victim's families have expressed to the court that they want this defendant to receive a sentence on the lower side of the guidelines, I think there's a likelihood that that is what she's going to get.
But even like you mentioned, the lower side of the guidelines is still 15 years.
Well, Brooke, that's the problem here, because the judge had the ability to convict her of a reckless homicide, which would have given her the flexibility to give a non-life sentence. But the judge was convinced that this was intentional murder. They had evidence from the black box, which showed that she didn't try to stop at any time. She was on the accelerator the whole time. And the judge found this conduct to be obviously reprehensible, and for that reason found her guilty of the intentional murder. But when she did that, she backed herself into a corner with a life sentence. So typically in Ohio, 15 to life is the minimum. That's what she's going to get. She likely won't be paroled the first time that she sees the board. So she's probably going to see at least 20 years behind bars.
Yeah, a difficult case all around. A lot to watch here. Peter Frankel, thanks for joining us. Appreciate your insight on this one.
Thanks for having me, Brooke.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.